Hi, welcome to the Poundcast. How you doing?
Oh, I'm pretty all right, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm filled with rage right now.
Is that right?
Well, I'll tell the full story later.
You're an angry little man.
I mean, well,
I don't mean to say little man, but isn't that from the thing we made? All right, whatever. Yeah.
There's a story I'll tell later in the show about how I was on my way here and I was yawning, which is rare. And I tried to get coffee, and then it led to this whole thing.
You'll tell it.
I'll tell it, but there's one part that I left out. When I was on my way here trying to get coffee, I was at the stoplight, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't find anywhere to park. I was just like, so mad.
You kept on thinking, green.
I was like, just be green. I'm trying to get back. I'm trying to get you to Poundcast.
Give me that green light. I know go to Poundcast.
And this lady next to me, she was in a Hyundai accent.
Oh, Hyundai accent. Okay.
She goes like this. I'm like, it's dinner time? Soup? She's like, no, window. And I'm like, what? She's like, why are you so angry, man? I was like, I was just trying to get my coffee.
I'm just waiting for this light to turn green.
And she's like, I know who you are. I'm like, yeah, who am I? She's like, you're from the Poundcast, right?
She said, you're from
You do that show with Brent? She goes like this, I'm having a great day and I didn't need any coffee. And I'm like, good for you, lady. And then she goes like this. She holds up a bag of Louisville vegan jerky. Can you believe it was my favorite flavor too? Smoky Carolina barbecue. I said, ma'am, you just made my friggin' day because I had road rage for no reason. I still got to the Poundcast on time. I just didn't get my dumb coffee, which I don't need. And I had a cup of tea anyway. And it was free. And she's like, thanks to you, I went to LouisvilleVeganFoods.com and got this bag for 20% off when I used the code word Poundcast. I'm like, that's crazy. I said, what's your name? Ma'am, what is your name? You know what she said?
What did she say?
She goes, I'm Maria Bamford. I'm like, what?
You're Maria Bamford?
I go, you're Maria Bamford? I know you.
From the...
And she's like, nah, a different Maria Bamford. That was just so strange. But there's a Maria Bamford out there that's a pound pimple. And she knows all about our special because she knows that Louisville Vegan Foods supports the Poundcast. And she goes, I just want to support the... And she cranks it up, and it was like you going... She was listening to the show.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, you know what? Now I'm in a great mood, and I'm ready to do the Poundcast.
Bagged in the United States.
That's right.
Shelf
Louisville
life of 9
Vegan
months.
Jerky is bagged in the United States.
Shelf life of 9 months. And the stuff is available at Whole Foods and Sprouts.
And you know, it's coming soon to other stores, but if you want to get 20% off, just go to Louisville Vegan Foods, use the code word Poundcast. And
LouisvilleVeganFoods.com, that is.
LouisvilleVeganFoods.com, of course.
And tell them Maria sent you.
Yeah. And the real Maria Bamford, if you're out there, I can't wait to see you again, and I hope you're doing good, and I'm a huge fan. But
Doug,
you know what she goes? She goes like this. Can I get your number while we're here? And then the light had been green for a while. And I looked in my rearview mirror, and there's a guy that was just so pissed off. He was mad. Now, he was road raging. I go, I can't give you my number right now. I'm late for the Poundcast. And she goes, I got some more work to do. And she goes like this.
I thought you were going to say this.
She cured another man behind me's road rage. That's the end of the story.
This is an alternate ending, right?
Uh-huh.
She said, hey, can I give you my number? I realized the light had turned green. There was a guy in back of me that was fuming.
Uh-huh.
I said, you know what? Don't give me your number. Give it to him. and they live happily ever after.
Now they're married.
And
that was a mere 3 hours ago.
And her name's not even Bamford anymore. She took his name. Now her name is Maria Smith.
What if her name turned into another famous Maria's name, like Maria Bartolova, or wait, what's
Maria Callas? Maria. Who's famous Maria?
Maria Sharapova. That's maybe who I was thinking of. Famous tennis player.
Maria Sharapova.
Yeah. She married Steve Sharapova. Shriver. She married.
Maria Shriver.
She married
Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger. I don't know. That doesn't make sense because it's a different.
Tom Hanks?
It's still a different. She married
Tom Hanks.
some other Shriver.
Well, anyways, man, Liev Schreiber.
There we go.
Really?
All because of Louisville vegan jerky.
It's bringing people together.
And another way to support the Poundcast and get bonus material and hear my new toilet inventions, which I do talk about today on the After Dark
They're
episode.
really good inventions, actually.
Just go to patreon.com/Poundcast and subscribe to our Patreon, and you get all the back catalog of endless entertainment. And After Dark, that's when we're warmed up, and that's when it real sizzles. That's when it real sizzles. That's what I said.
That's when it real sizzles.
That's when it real sizzles.
Instead of sizzle reel, that's when it real sizzles.
Yeah.
Okay? You want to go, you come out to the Poundcast After Dark, that's when it real sizzles.
That's when it real sizzles.
That's when it real sizzles.
That's when it real sizzles. Are we going to play our new mix from Julie today?
Yes, we are.
Ooh, that's fun.
Okay, so here's how we do this. By the way, if you want to check out video of the show,
go to youtube.com/thepoundcast.
Yeah, and a good episode to check out video for, I feel, was the Enticing Masks episode, because there was a lot of visual jokes in that one. But anyway, you want to check that out, and if you want to join us on, Instagram or Twitter, the Poundcast is the account for those as well. Okay, now check this out. We have an interesting kind of remix this episode. And it was made by Julie, who's on our Discord. And if you want to find out about the Discord, just look in the descriptions for the episodes. Just look in the descriptions.
It's all there.
But she did this kind of remix. It's kind of a remix of sorts. It's more of a verbal remix of sorts or something.
It's a remix.
It's some kind of remix. Anyway, this is a fun one. It's fun. It's fun. And let's say no more. But it's a nicely edited together situation.
And then we'll be right back. Let's roll the clip. It's just you pointing at like a red wall.
We're going to have a lot of fun today, you and me.
Do you want me to do the penis thing?
Loads of semen.
On your back or on your stomach?
What do you like getting touched more, your balls or your penis? Testicles. Think about penises.
Big boners.
Do things to yourself.
Wieners are popping out.
Pitching a tent. Penis.
Getting an erection. Night boners.
Wet dream.
Jacket.
Getting off. Are you a bad boy?
Nasty as I want to be.
Do it. People that make you feel good.
Tangled up. Hot. Sexual. Rip their underwear.
Two women at the same time. Make it nasty on you.
You gotta eat it.
Do it.
Getting freaked.
It's a hot night. Tickling each other's fancies. A bit of a sword fight.
I've been to Normal. Bloomington Normal. It's one of those towns where there's two cities there, like Champaign-Urbana, Bloomington Normal. Like my friend went to Illinois State, and I went down to visit him a couple times. We called it Illinois Skate, because we used to go skate down there. I don't know where, but...
Just out of curiosity, there's Normal, Illinois. Is there a SoMal as well, Illinois? It's Normal and then SoMal?
I don't get that one.
You don't get it? You know how there's NorCal and SoCal?
Yes, there's Normal and there's Yesermal.
Well, there's that. Okay, Yesermal.
Well, I went to Downers Grove South. I mean, there's another weird town name. Yeah, Emo Phillips is from there too. Our claim to fame. And
Judy Tenuta?
One of those pro wrestlers. I think it was maybe either Randy. It was Macho Man. I think he was from there.
Oh, Macho Man. So his brother must be from there too. The Boppo, whatever his name. Bosco, what is his name? For some reason, I feel like Aaron knows wrestling.
Lenny Poffo?
Yeah, his brother.
He knows it?
Lenny Poffo. Yeah, you know him. Yeah, yeah. He was the Graduate, that character, or not the Graduate. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about? Anyway, whatever.
I don't know.
That was the guy. He wore the gown, the cap and gown, and the Genius or something like that. He kind of pranced around. Anyway, whatever.
The Graduate?
Or something like
Cap
that.
and
The
gown?
Genius. Yeah, Larry Boffo.
There was a wrestler that was like a graduate.
He was supposed to be a genius, and he was supposed to use his brain. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Was he like skinny? That's funny.
No, he wasn't
like
skinny.
Outsmarted the other wrestler.
That was his idea, but really, he just seemed really effeminate, actually. But he would do math problems and stuff. Do you know what I'm talking about? Does anyone know what I'm talking about here?
It's a little bit before my time.
He pranced around. His name was either the Genius or the Graduate or something like that, or yeah, something like that. Yeah, no. Look, I don't really know wrestling that much myself, but I heard about this.
I got
guy.
some wrestling quotes. Do you want to hear a few?
I'm gonna come on you like nobody's ever come on you before. Just you and I getting it on like two men should do.
Did you hear that, Brent?
Yeah, I heard a little bit.
How about this one?
I'm gonna eat your ass like a pot of collard greens, baby.
I sort of heard that. Is that?
There's one part of our bodies that's soft, and it ain't soft all the time if you catch my meaning.
I'm just saying there's a lot of stuff going on.
Well, you're not gonna bust a nut anytime we're in the ring.
Hanging out with the wrestlers, yeah.
I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but I did pitch an idea to Portlandia about a 360 homeschool. It's sort of like ultimate homeschooling. So it would be like the parents, they like do different characters of like characters you would run into at school. And I mean, I thought it was a great sketch. Fred could be like a bully for a minute. You know,
that is
he
funny.
like dresses up like a bad boy.
Give
and
you
he's
the
like,
full experience.
Hey nerd, you know, or whatever, and like beat up his son a little bit, and then he like dresses up like a girl, and he's like, "Hi, Sam."
Or he's the nurse. He's the nurse afterwards, like tending to his wounds. You know,
Right.
Don't worry. You know, you're gonna do so well
It's
in
okay.
college.
I won't tell your parents.
Yeah.
It's just like this psycho like
Right.
experience. Okay.
It's his dad.
I won't tell your parents. I know your parents are strict.
Yeah, yeah.
They
That's
won't,
hilarious.
They won't like this.
Right, and then
the mom confronts the bully, and it's like, why did you? You know, it's just for the parents to like act out all these characters.
Actually, you know, what'd be funny is if he was a single dad and he took on the role of the mom also. So he's both the dad and the mom too later after
dad,
school. He's
going,
acting like a mom
putting on
too.
a hat, going over here, and then taking the head off.
Yeah, but they're having a fight. They start having a fight between the wife and the dad. Have a fight. It's all just Fred the whole time.
Right.
And the kid, meanwhile, is in his room hearing them fighting. It's one guy talking to himself, yelling at himself. It's like the movie Psycho, you know?
Right. Anyway,
That's a good idea.
digress. It's
Good
a
idea.
good bit, right? It's a
I
good
like
bit.
it.
Can you believe they passed on that?
Hey, we'll make it on our show.
They liked it. We'll do it on our show.
We're going to get a show one day.
Yeah, we'll go on one day. We'll be like 60.
Yeah, maybe what if we
It'd be
finally
cool to
get
do a sketch show, like an old person sketch show would be cool.
But
you don't really see that.
But they have
it's a young man's game.
But they got cutting edge comedy though.
Yeah.
Imagine older guys doing cutting edge comedy, you know? It's something different, you know?
It happens.
I mean, imagine guys in their 60s doing diarrhea kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Penis and diarrhea stuff. That would be kind of interesting. Or even in their 70s. Imagine guys in their 70s just doing the crudest kind of stuff, you know?
Sky's the limit.
That'd actually be huge. That's the show we should pitch is we're not even in it.
We're not in
older
it.
people.
We cast
We cast 70-year-olds to just do diarrhea stuff. I guess Tim and Eric do that kind
Tim
of thing.
and Eric
yeah.
did that, but
I guess so.
we'll go older than them. They went old. We'll go older.
We'll go 80s, 90s. You know?
Yeah.
We'll get the best. We'll get the best hits from the 80s and 90s. You know.
Dude, I was driving here, and for some reason, like I'm usually not tired these days during the day, but I was like yawning. I was yawning a little bit at the end of office hours, which I did earlier today. Then like, I went home, had lunch, watched F-Boy Island, and then I was driving over here.
What? You watched what?
I was waiting for you to say something.
You watched what?
I watched F-Boy Island, which is a show you would like.
Is that real?
Yeah.
What is that all about?
It's hosted by Nikki Glazer.
Oh, it's a
Our colleague.
parody of Love Island or something like that?
It's a real reality show, but it's a bunch of F-boys, they're called.
Right.
And, well, half of them are F-boys and half of them are
F-girls?
are nice guys.
Oh.
And there's 3 girls. There's 20 dudes or something. They're all trying to like
Wait.
link up with one of the girls.
Oh, but it's a secret.
And the
whether
girls
or not...
the girls have to figure out which one's an F-boy, and the F-boys are all like winning them over because they're so deceptive, and they could like put on a show. It's pretty interesting.
Huh. I'll have to take a peek.
You would like it. There's some dumb stuff in
I was
there.
just talking about it last night, how, I remember watching that show, I Love New York. Do you ever see that show? Well, there was this one guy, this is kind of a dating kind of reality show thing. It was on VH1, I think. And it starred this woman named New York, Tiffany, I think her name is. And
It's a spin-off of the Flavor Flav.
Well, it's,
Right.
yeah, Flavor
it
named
was
her.
Flavor of Love.
Flavor
It was
named
this-
her New York, and then that stuff.
Right, Flavor Flav named her New York, and then she became New York. And anyway, she goes, there's this one guy on the show, and he went, ooh, she put the hurt on my penis. She put the hurt on my penis. What an interesting expression. But that stuck in my head since then, and now I use it to this day. So,
Hope that doesn't happen a lot.
getting hurt put on my penis?
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't happen to me, but I'm just saying I like to use the expression in a joking
It
context.
could hurt.
you know?
It could happen.
Or somebody else.
Does that mean he's just brokenhearted?
No, I think it means somehow you
He's
get
just-
a
he's-
boner and it hurts or something. I don't know.
Maybe he got blue balls or something like that.
Maybe something like that. Or
Okay.
maybe the boner, it's
It's an unrequited boner.
unrequited boner, so it hurts.
Anyway, I was saying, I was on my way here. I was gonna get here about 10 minutes early, and I was yawning. I'm like, maybe I'll grab a nice coffee. So I punched up nearest coffee, and it was like a coffee tea or Pete's Coffee or whatever, like a mile over. I start to aim that way, and I'm going over the 5 now, and I'm heading right into the armpit of Burbank, and I'm like, oh
she.
and there's no parking anywhere. And then I'm like, I can't park. I'm not gonna make it now. Brent is gonna be pissed, and I'm gonna be late. Then I see a Starbucks. I'm like, I can go there, and it's in that area where there's no parking unless you're circling or going to a big parking thing, and then going all the way up. So then I was pissed because I didn't get my coffee. But then that anger that woke me up.
There you go.
So I got woke up with anger.
Hey,
So that could be a new coffee shop idea.
That's a great idea.
Where it's
though.
like, are you tired? Come get your joke. Come get your fix. And then it's like, it makes you mad. Like you never get your coffee.
Right,
And
they
you're
just make
pissed
you-
that and then that pumps you full of adrenaline.
Right,
And they're like,
that's-
hey, we woke you up. Tip. And you're like, you know what? This is
a
better
really
than
good idea. I like this
is
idea.
better than a coffee.
It's called Better Than Coffee. And it's just a place that makes you angry.
It's called like Rage Coffee. And
Or
you don't
just-
get any coffee.
What if it's called Rage Machine?
Like everyone in there is an employee, but half of them are acting like customers.
They're plants.
And they're taking forever. Can I get 1 shot of this with 2 pumps of that? And can you use, you know what I mean? Like, can
then
I
maybe-
get oat milk? And we don't have oat milk. And you're just getting filled with rage. Like, order. Like, is that all, sir? Actually, I have 4 more things I need to get. You know?
And then
You're just so pissed off. You're like, I'm out of here. And then they're like, well, thank you for, you're ready for your day now, sir. Because you're pissed off.
Or
Sorry,
you see some people behind the counter just spitting and things, and it's just making you think, what the hell, you know? He's like, I don't know. They offer you stuff and they just spit on it.
Or it could be a food, like a restaurant, where you see some gross food. You're like, I'm so hungry, but I'm not. Now I'm just sick to my stomach. They're like, well, you don't want to eat now, right? You know, this is kind of like we solved your problem.
Right. We satisfied your hunger.
Yeah,
kinda.
we satisfied your pangs.
That's kind of an interesting technique, man. These are interesting.
The restaurant's called
approaches.
Pangs. It's CF Pangs.
What about MF?
MF Pangs. MF Pangs Diet Foods. So it's like a diet. It's like you didn't eat anything. Now you're fasting.
Oh, do you still have religious feelings because you were raised that way? And was this something you had to sort of break from, or I mean, was there a particular moment in your life when that did happen, or was it a gradual thing? Or did you have a defining moment?
I kind of did, yeah.
What was that?
For the duration of it, like I grew up Catholic, and then like in high school, my best friend and I went to Christian camp, and then that was a fun youth group, so I kind of just joined that. It was like in Colorado, and I never saw mountains before, and we were like hiking all day, and you just kind of had fun all day. You're like on ropes courses, hiking and stuff, and then at the end of the night, they sit you down like right before bed and give you a little spiel. It wasn't really heavy-handed, you know. And I was like, if these people seem like righteous dudes, you know. So I'm like, I'll have what they're having, you know, kind of thing. And then as the years went on, by the end of high school, I kind of like, I had this cognitive dissonance, I guess you could say. Like, I wanted to believe, but I guess I really kind of didn't. And then I was in love with this girl when I was 18.
Suzanne.
We'll call her Suzanne, but it wasn't. And then, I don't know, it like didn't work out. And then I was like all depressed, and I'm like, she was like in the youth group thing with me, and I'm like, it was just kind of drive me crazy. I was kind of thinking like, don't really believe it, but I want to be part of this thing. Then I decided one day, I'm like, I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to like let these conflicting ideas, I'm just going to like not let it bother me. And I felt like a huge like weight lifted off my shoulder. So it was just like it wasn't like something happened. Or anyone said anything. It was just like, I had enough of like driving myself crazy, trying to like wanting to believe in it or whatever. And then I just decided I'm going to be free.
Mm-hmm.
I have a funny update to that story. Many years later, I was living in Chicago, and definitely like far away from being a Christian anymore, kind of like in the Chicago scene of having fun and stuff. Drinking, partying, going up, making weird music, whatever. And I go to this, there was this bar near my house called Double Door. And we went in there one night, and it was Drag Kings, right? Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
It's like drag queens.
It's
but
the opposite.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, I didn't even know this was a thing. This is crazy. And then I go to the men's bathroom, and there's all these kings in there, right? It's like they're just kind of hanging out. Like, we get to be in the men's room today. And I was like intimidated by these kings. And I ran into one of the kings, and it was that girl I was in love with. Turns out she was a closeted lesbian the whole time.
No
That's why she didn't go out with me.
No kidding.
And then I was like, I spent so much time being all upset thinking like I'm a loser, that's why you don't like me, but she was secretly a Christian lesbian.
And you even
And she turned into a full king. She looked like Billy Idol or something.
And so you even kind of, in a way, because of your crush on her, dropped your religion.
Yeah.
And
I'm like, you could have just told me back then instead of like,
dropped my religion and I never even had a chance to begin with.
I was trying to work up the guts to kiss her, and I think I did. And she was like, what are you doing?
Really?
And I'm like, oh, I thought you liked me.
She's like, no, I'm a king.
No, she's a king. No, I don't know what they are now, but it's been a while.
Did you have thoughts about homosexuality in that way when you were younger?
You know, I have a gay uncle, and I didn't even realize. I was very naive. It was just like, I had Uncle A, and then he was always with Uncle B, and then I didn't really know, you know, until like, I think it clicked in high school. I was like, oh, duh. Like, you know, because nobody's parents never said anything about it. They were just sort of like, don't ask, you know, it's like nothing that really, I didn't know any gay people like in school. I didn't want to. It was very against that kind of thing. No, just kidding. It was like nothing. It's weird. It was like, I don't know. I was just like in this weird channel where like, I wasn't prejudiced against anything, and I didn't really encounter anything either.
There was a lot of
I was like sheltered.
There was a lot of gay people in my life growing up. I mean, you know,
you're out here in Hollywood.
This one kid, Ryan, man, that guy was so gay. And dude, like, I had this one teacher, man, she was so gay, man. She was always yelling at me all the time. And then like, there was all these shows on TV that were so gay. And no, I'm just kidding. No, but there actually were actual, you know, gay people in my life.
Well, there was one kid in my high school, and he totally like had that kind of gay voice. Can you do it?
I'm not going to do it.
Can you do what you think I might?
There was kind of that stereotypical.
But we were like, Roger, are you gay? And he was like, I'm not gay, okay? He just denied it. And we're like, I guess he's not gay. But he just really sounded like it.
Well, there were a lot of, in elementary school.
Maybe he was.
I had very flamboyant male classmates in elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, well, some of them turned out to be gay. I checked up on them later.
There was a friend of mine that growing up, he lived down the street, and then, you know, we kind of like drifted apart in high school. But then I remember like one of the last times I hung out with him, he started being evil. He started being like, looking back on it, like that's like a serial killer. Like he had this girlfriend in like high school, and then she broke up with him. And then he's like, yeah, I slashed her tires. I'm like, whoa, dude, why? Just because she broke up with you? What the heck? And then one time I had a BB gun, and I was just shooting at targets in my backyard. And he's like, I bet you can't shoot a bird. I'm like, I bet I can. And then I like shot this robin, and then I felt like terrible. Like that's the last time I ever did that. I watched it fall off a branch and die. And I was
robin,
just like, I know. I was just like, that was a terrible moment. And then next thing you know, I kind of like leaned back from him, you know, and then he got a BB gun. I go to his house, and there's a pile of dead birds.
Oh my gosh.
That he's like, he pointed at a sewer. There was like a drain pipe in his backyard. He's like, look down there. There's just like 10 dead birds down there. I'm like, dude, this kid's a psycho. I stayed away from him. I looked him up recently. I'm like, He's
gay now?
Is he gay now? I was like, what if he's like all over some true crime podcast? But luckily he's just like a banker or something. He's not, unless he's doing crimes, he's getting away with it. He might be, you know, it could be one of those.
A banker? That sounds kind of hardcore.
Yeah.
A banker seems like a,
that's
well,
serial
you know
killer
why
stuff.
I think that is because wasn't there a movie called The Banker? And it was about some kind of serial killer guy?
Really?
Yeah, The Banker.
I'm going to look it up.
You don't have to, but hey.
Just to be quick.
It's here, you know?
There is a movie called The Banker with Samuel L. Jackson from 2020.
It's not that.
It's not
that. All right, where's the camera? Here we go. Ha ha. It's my show now. Who's in charge? Me, Brent Weinbach, your one and only host of the Poundcast. That's right. It's interesting how sometimes people do podcasts by themselves, you know, and it's just one person talking the whole time. How does that even work? How do you bounce anything off of anybody? I guess usually people who do that will have a producer kind of person. They bounce off of them, I guess, a little bit. But what's going on in my life? Well, man, I got to wake up early tomorrow, real early, and I got to drive 6 hours. And then I got to drive 6 hours back. What do you think of that? That's going to be a rough one. This was a great opportunity. I've never even experienced this before, just being on a podcast all by myself like this. It's kind of interesting, you know?
You feeling like Bill Burr over there? What were you saying?
I was just talking about just, you know, this is my show now, and you know, all that, you know? No, but I was just saying, I was just briefly talking about how I have to wake up early tomorrow and drive 6 hours, and then I have to drive 6 hours back anyway.
Where are you going, up to the Bay Area?
I got to do something up in the Northern California, yeah.
Bay Area?
Bay Area. Yeah, I'm driving up to the Bay.
Well, what do you got? You got a gig?
Well, I'll tell you about it
something
later.
not that fun.
I'll tell you about it later, yeah.
Some family stuff.
Yeah.
You got a babysit?
No.
All right, well.
You know, I was feeling tired until I got here, and now I'm feeling pumped.
Mm-hmm. Dude, every show I talk about it. It's the worst. I just hate driving. Driving here today was pretty chill. The traffic around this time is like no big deal, but anytime I can ride my bike, I ride my bike. I have like an electric assist bike. And man,
electric
it's just
assist,
like
huh?
it's just like
it's like a motorcycle.
It's a joy. No, it's like you pedal, then it gives you it adds to you're not just pulling a throttle, you're pedaling, and it gives you
does the pedaling kind of charge it up, kind of a thing? Anyway,
no.
Anyway,
I mean, if you're going downhill, it actually does. My mom has. Well, she sold her car, but it said DJ Doug Pound in the mix on one side. Then it said, it was like a pro life sticker right next to it. It was like, vote to keep abortion illegal or something like that.
What? Wait, wait, your mom had that?
My mom's kind of religious.
Wait, your mom had a DJ
Yeah, it was like
sticker?
a sticker of me, and then like right next to it was like a anti-abortion
That's
sticker.
really funny. That's such a funny thing to see. I mean, what if it was a real extreme and you saw, you know, say a DJ Doug Pound sticker and it's on some random
Some car that I didn't know.
You didn't know. It's a van, and then right next to it is
Trump 2026?
No, I'm worse than that. I'm saying, there's a swastika or something like that, or, it's just.
I'm like, hey, fan's a fan. That's dollar signs.
Right. That's money.
I like them all.
Hey, that's money in the bank.
Yeah, it's money in the bank.
Money in the bank.
If McDonald's owned like cholesterol medicine or something, they're like, we got it. We got money coming in no matter what you do. You know what I mean? Anyway.
That's interesting, man. What else can be like that?
Well, name any problem. Car crashes, or the body shops or whoever. I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean? It's like they make the fast car, then they make then they own the body shops because you're gonna crash.
They make
and then they own like
the remedies.
They own the caskets and they own the fire extinguisher and the Jaws of Life.
Oh, how about
is
this?
Also made by Camaro.
This is
or whatever. Yeah.
They do sometimes. Well, this isn't exactly a thing, but viruses, computer viruses. What if the people making them are the same? Are the same people making the virus protection?
Right. And Norton's making the viruses. Norton's making the.
That would be so interesting if you found out that Norton was talking about, oh yeah, I'll protect you from viruses. It turns out he's making the viruses in the first place.
That's something you would hear on that show, Adam Ruins Everything.
Mm-hmm.
On Adam Ruins Everything, I was watching. There was this one episode where like the glasses industry. There's like one company that like owns them all. They own like Oakley, Ray-Ban, like all those brands.
Yeah.
It's all just one. They own the contact lenses. You think you're buying these different brands. You think, oh, I like this. I like these frames. It's all just the same thing.
Well, doesn't Coca-Cola own every soda pretty much or something?
Yeah.
You think you're buying Pepsi, you're buying Coca-Cola. I mean, you know what I mean?
I don't think that. No, PepsiCo is definitely a company. I'm surprised.
I heard Pepsi was owned by Coca-Cola.
Nah.
Come on now.
I don't know about that.
Really? Well,
I'll look it up. Coca-Cola is the number one like polluting company on earth, I think.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I thought they were at this point owned by the same people, and then when the taste test stuff was happening and all that was just a bunch of hype, but it didn't really matter what you picked. The Coca-Cola's getting it, yeah. Well,
the Coca-Cola Company and PepsiCo are separate publicly traded company. Coke trades under the stock KO and Pepsi under PEP. The two companies are the main competitors in the soda market. They don't. Those are definitely different.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Those are different.
Fair enough.
But they probably own.
But they probably own a lot of sodas.
They own it all.
They probably one of those owns Mountain Dew probably.
Let's look at it right here. I got 15 brands you didn't know were owned by PepsiCo or Coca-Cola. Quaker Oatmeal. Who do you think owns it?
Quaker Oatmeal?
Mm-hmm.
Gotta be Coca-Cola.
PepsiCo.
I knew it was Pepsi, actually. I knew it was. I swear I knew it was.
Life cereal.
Life sounds Pepsi.
That's right, PepsiCo.
Yeah, I knew it.
Tropicana.
That's definitely Coke.
That's PepsiCo.
Oh, no.
All right, I think they're front-loading them all with the Pepsis. These are all Pepsis. Stacy's Pita Chips is Pepsi. Okay. Sabra Hummus. Pepsi.
Is that Pepsi, really?
Dude, Aunt Jemima.
Pepsi?
Pepsi. It's Pepsi. I wouldn't doubt if Aunt Jemima syrup was just like boiled down Pepsi. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like just condense it to the syrup.
I could actually see that.
That's just the syrup.
I could see that.
Yeah, just take some of the syrup we make the Pepsi with and put it in a bottle.
It's been such a long time since I had Pepsi, and I don't even remember exactly, but I seem to recall it did taste kind of syrupy, didn't it? Pepsi.
I think it's sweeter than Coke.
It's kind of got a syrupy taste,
It's a little sweeter.
Seems like
I mean, compared to Coke, it's
probably syrup.
Well, if you get it from the fountain, it's always better, but I think it's syruppier.
What? What did you say? It's what?
Syruppier.
Okay, syruppier. Syruppier. What else?
Naked Juice.
Okay.
Whatever that is. Cheetos.
Naked. I think I know.
Pepsi's owned in Cheetos.
Really? I thought that would be owned by some sort of, something else.
Frito-Lay's. The whole
Frito-Lay.
Frito-Lay's thing is owned by Pepsi.
Is that right? Because I thought Frito-Lay owned Cheetos and all the chips and everything, you know?
Lay's. Dude, and just Lay's.
Lay's?
Lay's. Frito-Lay's and Lay's.
Pepsi, eh? That's crazy.
Okay, let's hear some Cokes. Minute Maid. I'm not shocked. Simply Orange. Whatever that is.
Never heard.
Never heard, never will. Smart Water. Coke.
Figures.
Don't be drinking that crap. And Vitamin Water. Coke. Honest Tea. Ugh. That's sad because I like a nice iced tea unsweetened.
Well,
And Honest Tea is one of the only ones that does it. And now I'm learning that it's owned by Coke.
Oh, it's okay. You can still like it.
I don't want to support that.
Well, let me ask you something.
I don't want to support the number one polluting company on earth.
Let me ask
no
you
matter
this.
What.
Do you not like McDonald's?
McDonald's?
Do you like old McDonald's?
I mean, when I was eating meat, McDonald's, you know why it's popular? Because it tastes good.
What I'm getting at is that they own Chipotle.
Oh, I see. Okay, well, I like the Sofritas burrito. They own half of Chipotle. I looked it up once.
Oh, really?
I think they own half of it. So I just get half a burrito, and I'm good.
It's interesting. You know, carry on with this Coca-Cola business. What else?
Odwalla.
Odwalla.
I mean, that's not a shocking list. What the hell is Odwalla?
Look, the truth is these companies own a lot of stuff. They buy things out. They want all the money coming to them. So they got, do people don't want to drink Coke or they don't want to drink unhealthy stuff, they want to drink fruit juices and so forth, send us money. Send us money our way.
It's dumb.
And who owns Dr. Pepper? Probably Coke. I bet it's
dude,
Coke.
List of Coca-Cola brands is a massive, it's insane, dude.
Probably Dr. Pepper. And who does Squirt?
Dr. Pepper, that's Coke.
Who does Squirt?
Squirt, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
I wonder if there's a soda that's not owned by Pepsi or Coke.
Surge, they own Surge. Elemental PQ. Squirt, Coke.
What about Barks root beer?
Barks, let's look it up. BAR.
What about A&W root
Barks, Coke.
A&W?
Would it be an ampersand between the two?
I'm sure that it is an ampersand, but I'm sure you can probably.
They own Diet A&W. Dude, the only thing on here is Diet A&W, not even A&W.
Well, I'm just wondering.
Isn't that weird? Like, who owns A&W?
I bet they own the whole thing, I think. Or maybe A&W said, maybe A and W had a disagreement with each other, and they said, I want to go with Pepsi. The other one said, no, I want to go with Coke. And they said, all right, fine. We'll do Diet with Coke and we'll do regular with Pepsi. Deal? Deal. And just like that, A&W was owned by both. And A&W lived happily ever after.
Dude, are you kidding me? I'm looking up A&W right now. It looks like they got Barks, they got Mug, and Dads, and Hires. So what the heck is the difference? They own all the same.
Who?
5 different.
Oh, A&W owns those?
Yeah.
That's funny that they own.
It just says it says related products.
Who knows, man? This is all misinformation, probably.
It's on Wiki. It's real.
Yeah, I bet you Pepsi is owned by Coke this whole time. It's just a bunch of misinformation. Hey, but how about this, though?
So Barks was started by, the last name was Bark.
Yeah.
Do you know what his first name was?
Probably Alan.
One more chance.
What?
One more guess.
Was I close?
Edward Bark.
I was kind of close in a way.
You're kind of close in a way.
Alan Bark sounds like a name, Hi, I'm Alan Bark.
Hi, I'm Alan Barkin. It's kind of like...
Alan Barkin?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Edmund Bark.
I'm Alan Bark.
Is it Edward or Edmund?
It's Edward.
Edward. Edward Bark. Edward Bark. Root beer's my game.
Let me see when it started.
Probably, I want to guess, 19... I'm going to say it started in 1945, 97.
1898.
Wait, Bark?
Barks, bruh.
No kidding. 18 what?
They had a flavor called Floats, Floatz.
18 what?
What if there was a toilet called Floats and they guarantee the logs floated? Like it had a special like swirling like, you know? So you want to see those boys. You want to see those boys like raised up.
You want to see the package.
You want to see those boys. You want to see those.
You don't want
things.
those sinkers anymore.
I want to
Sinkers
see that. I want to see. What if there's a strainer that you can press a button, like shh, it lifted it up. You could take a look. All right.
Checks out.
And it sucks in the air, so there's no smell.
Oh, this is a great idea. I love this idea.
Yeah,
actually,
it's you know what I mean, like a colander at the bottom.
Yeah, I get it. It sounds great. It's a little gate kind of. Yeah,
there's a little grill.
A grill. I love it.
It lifts up the logs.
I love this.
Take a look. It goes high up too. You don't have to bend over. It goes up to head height. Like you're standing, it goes up like 5 feet.
What about the?
You could look at it this close,
without even breaking a bone, without bending a bone. You just imagine. What is it called? Is it called floats or is it called something else when it raises up? Because floats, I think it just floats up. But this could be part of floats. It's an extra kind of extra machinery you can get. It's an extra whatever. It's an extra thing you can get for floats. It floats all the way up. It doesn't just float in the water. It comes all the way up, and you're looking at it eye to eye.
Yeah. What if they had one the opposite for people that don't want to know? They don't want to see. They don't want to know nothing.
Sinkers.
It's called carbon black.
Carbon.
No, what if there's just like
what if it's called carbon brown?
Carbon brown. What if there's a toilet that was so deep? It's like super deep, you know? It's like the abyss.
That's
so
what it's called.
It's like you see nothing.
That's what it's called, the abyss.
Yeah. Well, I think I invented a toilet on this show like a year or two ago where there's a conveyor belt that just takes them out of the way.
Right. But this is
kind of the same thing.
Floats, it's called abyss.
It's like when you're done, you look down, it's just a fresh, clean bowl.
It's
There's
called
nothing
abyss with a Z. Abyss. You know? So it just becomes black down there, right? It's so dark. Uh-huh. You don't even see it. How about this?
Uh-huh.
This is kind of like abyss, but there's no water even. It's just a really deep hole.
Well, they have that. It's called you're at the campsite.
But it's even deeper.
Even deeper.
I mean, we're talking it goes really...
Right. It's just infinity.
Right. It goes to the core of the earth. It goes to the core of the earth.
You don't go down to the core. It burns at the lava level.
It's called cores.
Cores.
Cores. It's called Cores Dark.
Cores toilets.
It's called Cores Dark.
Cores Dark.
Cores Dark.
I'm into it, dude.
Well, let's see. I like this idea of floats where it comes up all the way out of the toilet, but it has to make sure it's clean though. That'd be so cool. You could look at it all close and stuff. But also, what if it was not a very solid piece, you know? The grate won't be able to...
I got more toilet ideas.
Go.
Maybe we should talk about them after. Maybe we should kind of... You know,
what time is it?
I kind of don't... It's 5:20.
Oh, dude, we got to go. After dark. We got to go after dark.
I'm saying. That's why I'm wrapping it up. So, thanks, everyone.
Big thanks to, unless you have anything else you want to mention on that.
Well, I'll just say, check out, if you want to keep listening, go to patreon.com/poundcast and subscribe. You're gonna hear about my new toilet innovation. I can't wait to tell you about it.
I can't wait to hear about it, to be honest. Big thanks to Chloe Bonilla, Jack Birch, Jackie Montana, the Poundcast team for helping us with our episodes and accounts and so forth. And also thank you to Aaron Bruntgart for being here and being behind the boards.
He's behind the boards right back there. You can't even see him. But he's there. Trust us. He's there. There's a guy there. Okay?
You said it like this. You said, he's right there behind the boards. You can't even see him.
He's behind the boards.
You can't even see him. But anyways, that's that. We'll see you next time. We're gonna keep talking. We're talking toilets here, and
otherwise, if you're not on our Patreon, then you're not going after dark.
Then get flushed.
Then we'll see you next week. Peace.
We're gonna have a lot of fun today, you and me.
Do you want me to do the penis thing?
Loads of semen.
On your back or on your stomach?
What do you like getting touched more, your balls or your penis?
Testicles.
Think about penises.
Big boners.
Do things to yourself.
Wieners are popping out.
Pitching a tent. Penis.
Getting an erection. Night boners.
Wet dream.
Jacket.
Getting off. Are you a bad boy?
Nasty as I want to be.
Do it. People that make you feel good.
Tangled up, hot, sexual. Rip their underwear.
2 women at the same time. Make it nasty on you.
You got to eat it.
Do it.
Getting freaked.
It's a hot night. Tickling each other's fancies. A bit of a sword fight.